I remember the biting sensation shooting down my neck and into my spine as I unloaded my camera equipment. Normally, weddings thrill me, but all I could focus on this time was the pain. Because of my experience with video production, I had been asked to film my sister-in-law's outdoor ceremony. They had planned an elaborate event. We danced, we ate, we stared into the sun as they said, "I do." Someone sang, not me, thank God. Most importantly, we witnessed the beautiful joining of two fantastic people. Yet the whole time, the irritation in my head and neck kept me from fully appreciating and celebrating the moment. I also remember dreading the idea of combing through the footage. I knew it wouldn't be my best effort due to my condition, whatever my condition happened to be. The day after the wedding, my wife and I drove 5 hours back to our home. By the end of the trip, I had decided to see a doctor about the random pain. Along with the stabbing tingles jolting through my neck, large red spots began to appear on the back of my head. Shingles. I had heard the term before, but I couldn't place it. I let her explain how the redness behind and above my ear matched the normal pattern of the rash. I even let her get excited about having never seen the virus in someone my age before. She said she had been a doctor for 20 years, and she had rarely seen shingles in someone younger than 55. I was 25. I couldn't wait any longer to know. "How serious is this?" I asked. She altered her excited expression momentarily to further explain her diagnosis and reassure me of my recovery. However, I could tell she viewed me as an anomaly in her profession. It was almost as if she couldn't believe I had really gotten shingles. The more she expounded on the nature of the virus, the more I began to understand its likely cause. She kept talking about how much stress I must have been under. She probed me with questions to find out how anxious I was on a normal basis. I didn't try to conceal anything. I told her about my routine state of worry and stress. As I left the doctor's office that day, I could no longer conceal the truth from myself either. In many ways, I was a nervous wreck. I struggled with fear of the unknown, the fear of the future, and the inability to deal with life apart from constantly worrying about it. Right there in the parking lot, I made a decision that, years later, I'm seeing the fruitful results of. I decided that I wouldn't live that way any longer. I couldn't. Pondering over the disappointing, painful wedding weekend I had just experienced, I realized that it was a vivid illustration of my emotional state. The same way I was incapable of fully enjoying the wedding, I was incapable of fully enjoying my life. To appreciate a special moment, I first had to fight off or suppress the worrisome feelings. To let go and relax, I had to wait until the issues I was worrying about were resolved. No wonder I had gotten shingles. Nothing ever seemed to be fully resolved, so I never stopped worrying. I have a question for you, and I hope you'll be honest with yourself about the answer. Are there areas in your life you would enjoy more if you worried less? If so, I want you to make the same decision I made years ago in that parking lot. Decide to do something about it. You can stop worrying, and I'm going to show you how, but it starts with a choice. I first had the idea for this book the same year I suffered from shingles. I thought worry is a problem. I was smart back then. It's something we all suffer from, so a book focused on winning the war against worry would be generally helpful, right? Now that I've finally written it, I've lived a little longer, I've bitten my nails a little shorter, and I understand to an even greater degree how destructive worry can be. It is crippling and sinister. You might not have physical shingles like I did, but many of us are suffering from what I would call emotional shingles. Anxiety is suffocating us. It has attached itself to our system, our core, and it affects everything we do. Not only do I have a more accurate understanding of the pitfalls of worry, I also have a better solution. I didn't write this book hoping that it might help you. I know it can help you. I know this because the truths found in this book have flipped my life upside down. They have helped transform me from a nervous wreck of a soul into a heart at peace.